Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night. I hope you will enjoy today's video, so let's just get into it.
I just heard the best life advice. You ever have to make a big life decision or even a little decision? Ask yourself, what would your 80-year-old self say? Go do it. Because at the end of the day, you have to live for you and no one else because it's your life. It's up to you to make big life decisions. No one's going to come do it for you. Think, you're 80 years old lying in bed thinking, I'm so glad I made that decision. What would they say? What would they say? Go do it. Go take that risk. Why play life safe?
Because at 80 you're gonna feel that leg you broke when you were 20. And I'm not saying be boring either, do whatever you want. Chase that rush if that's what you want to do whatever you want. The irony here for me is that she's a life coach, and yet she relies on other TikToks to get her daily life advice.
Have you been thinking of dating an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? There are some things you're gonna wanna know before starting that relationship. Listen up, I'm about to give you some tips. Tip number one, they're always 2 steps ahead. Their intuition is so strong. So say you're lying to them, they already know the truth. They knew the truth like 3 weeks ago. They're just waiting for you to confess. And if they ask you to confess, they know the truth. They just want to see like what your response is, how you're going to act. Tip number 2, they are stubborn as hell. So if you see something about them that you don't like, don't waste your time trying to change them. They're not changing. They are who they are. Take it or leave it. They don't care. They'll be on to the next anyways, so...
They make me laugh, in case you were wondering why I still listen to these lunatics. And for once I'm off the hook. People kept telling me Aries are stubborn, but of course they were wrong. As for the 2 steps ahead, that's great. I mean sure they are, cause they're Gemini, Libras or whatever. But then what happens if a Gemini is dating a Libra or a Gemini? Who's 2 steps ahead of whom in that case? Oh yeah, probably the one not dating.
You know when you see a couple and the girl looks like out of his league, like she's hot, and the guys are like, how did he pull her? How did he pull a 10, bro? Like, how did you pull her? He probably just treats her right.
Probably, and that's how he keeps her. How did he pull her though?
So these girls came up to me the other day and they were like, oh my gosh, like you are so pretty. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like you were so sweet. And like just like having conversation with them, like being like, oh my gosh, like girlhood. And then this gentleman came up to me once they had left and he was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know you handled that really well.
What indeed? I mean, that makes sense. Ask TikTok instead of asking him. If I were to guess, I would probably say he overheard them saying, let's make fun of that one. And you made it so easy to be played with. Oh my gosh, girlhood. Yeah, I would say not so much.
Why when you get engaged, right? When a guy says, will you marry me? Why does only the lady have to wear a ring and say, I'm claimed, but the guy gets to walk around, no rubber on? That's...
Because women are objects.
This is crazy.
It's the most like...
Why doesn't a guy have to wear an engagement ring?
And then you have to go take his name? No thanks, I don't want to.
What if I hate your last name?
Own me.
This is crazy. Can we change the narrative?
Absolutely. I want a $50,000 engagement ring because otherwise it's, oh my god, low effort. Go ahead, go buy me one. Oh yeah, and if it's not from a big brand, oh my god, the bare minimum. So time to go shopping and make sure you get it right.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe I'm attracted to people around my age? And that I think you have a little bit of a warped perception. I think you're so used to seeing a young woman with an older man. That has been the norm for so long. And that you're a little confused because things are changing. Are you a little confused? That's okay.
I wasn't, but I am now. For everyone just listening, this was her response to this comment. How old is your son? I have no idea what she was talking about, but that was not an answer to that question. To be honest, if it went, how old is your son? Yes, that would have actually made more sense. Not really, but still.
I love this comment because benching your roster is truly an art. I'm Sophie, my friends call me the dating oracle, but my strategies are toxic, so they're not for the faint-hearted. Whether you've found love or you're chasing a few red flags, you must respect your roster because you never know when you're going to need it. So because I'm insane, I actually have a few modes that I recommend following when you're dating. There's observation mode, culling mode, revive mode, and sports mode. But for this scenario, we are going to use culling mode. Culling mode is what you're going to use when you want to focus on one specific person, but you don't want to completely lose your roster, just in case. You shouldn't be initiating contact with your roster anyway, but if you were, I need you to stop. You really need to leave your roster alone and let it do its thing while you focus on this new person. The only problem with this is that it will make your roster more keen on you because men often mistake space and confusion with feels. So you go off and focus on whoever is at the top of your charts or the bin if you're chasing red flags, and there is no judgment here. When your roster reach out, you're going to be polite but booked and busy. Here's how you're going to respond, so get ready to screenshot.
I'm so sorry, but it might be a bit hard to catch up this week. Work's really busy, blah blah blah, she's busy. It's not gonna stop her next week, but this week she's really busy. Now I will read the comment she was responding to. Follow up: if I want to post the roster to pursue a red flag but want to come back to the roster if it doesn't work out. Now, how would a red flag not work? The point here is the 304 is asking a 304 for advice. And that's obviously nothing special, but this 304 also admits that she's insane. And yet people still go to her for advice. I guess that would make those people asking her for advice perfectly sane in the head, right?
I get this comment a lot, so let's talk about it. People act as if media has been the easier path for me to make money. It was the only path for me to make money. When I first started this, I had to do media and modeling to pay for my golf career. I had no financial backing. And this is not uncommon. Most mini tour players have to get a second or a third job to finance their golf careers. And so I could not have even played that year professionally if I didn't do this. And it just so happened that my second job was public. So after that first year, I'm looking at the sheet of paper and it's like barely broke even for the year. I have bills to pay. How am I going to feed myself? How am I going to live? And so I said, I need to do this. And I got really lucky that it just so happened that I'm far better suited for this and I have a passion for this and I love what I do. And voila.
A new star was born, I guess. She is funny enough not talking about OF because she started way before that. She's talking about only page, her own site, and it's pretty much the same thing. Only she's not paying 20% of what she makes to OF. I guess she was kind of right. You need to love what you do and put passion in what you do. Other than that, it's just the same old excuse. Yeah, I needed money to pay my bills, and what better way to get money than not selling my body and my soul? Work to pay my bills? Why would I do that when my passion goes elsewhere? The comment she was responding to said she took the easier way out, and she didn't even try that hard to prove that right.
Do you want to know why guys should pay for a first date, or at least put some more effort in? Just my mascara alone is 40 euro. My outfit is probably like 120 euro.
Yes, and unlike you, when I show up for a date, I show up naked. 120 euros will get you a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, even where I live. So I'm not really sure what you're bragging about. And your $40 mascara will last you for a month. You never spend that much on a date because you're not buying new clothes and new mascara every time you go on a first date. I even got bored with how many times I've said I'm the type of man who would pay for the first date, but never when you feel this entitled. In fact, I will never go out on a date with someone like you.
What is something that your ex gave you that you keep to this day?
Emotional, damn it!
And this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.